Hey everybody, it's me, the chaotic reader, the chaotic doll collector, the chaotic flautist, whatever you like to call me. Those are my three main things that I like to go over on this channel, but today is going to be a book journal for right now, a book haul. Yeah, I'm journaling my books and stuff, but we'll listen about being a book haul. Anyways, the first book that I'm going to talk about is by an author that I really adore and I really love. And I've purchased 3 of her books already, and this is the third one. And I like the vibe of her writing, and I like the way it flows. And she wrote the book 7 Days in June, and every June I will read that book. For some reason, it's an everyday June, and this is the book that I purchased. It is hardback. It is a love song for Ricky Wilde by Tia Williams. I don't want to read the back because I don't want to know anything. I don't want to read the front, the middle, none of it until I start reading this book, because I don't want to have a bad taste in my mouth because of what other people's negative scoring is, because my scoring is totally different. Because for me, if a book is a 3, that's a good book. In most people's eyes, that's like a 4, but for me, it's a 3. If it's a 4, it's a repeat in my collection. I probably will buy it multiple times or figure it out multiple times. I'll probably read it to see what I missed. And if it's a 5, it's going up on the gold medal shelf. That means they licked it, knocked it out of the park. Can't nobody overdo that book. But there is one thing that I try not to do, and I try not to read books that are out of my genre or out of my taste, unless I'm really trying something new, because I don't want to lower somebody's ratings because the book just wasn't for me, and I just chose not to listen to it or read it or whatever, and it just didn't do nothing for me. So I don't like to do that, but I do like negative reviews of books for some reason. The more negative and the more hateful somebody is about a book, I want it. I want to read this book because I want to know why it's so hated and why people don't like it and stuff like that. I guess I'm kind of the opposite of the TikTokers that follow book trends, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, dialysis, as usual, it's going well. Looking good. Getting closer to being on the transplant list. I'm excited about that. Going to get a haircut, get all of this cut off because I got to have a surgery and I won't be able to manage. And my dad is horrible at ponytails. Yeah, he's not good at it. So that's that on Thursday. The next thing that I want to show you is a book series, and I can't wait for the 3rd book to come out. This is my kind of craziness, but for some reason I was not drawn to the one where the orc or whatever she is decides not to be a barbarian anymore. I just haven't been brought to that, but this, I can't wait to read this. And it's That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon by Kimberly Lemming. Now this right here, I know it's going to be a 3. It's going to be a 3.5 for me, because I know I'm going to be laughing. That's another thing. If a book can evoke any reaction out of me, then it's automatically a 3. Automatically. Can't help it. So, with that being said, the next one was out, so I had to get it, of course. This one is That Time I Got Drunk and Yeeted a Love Potion at a Werewolf. This one, I can't wait to get to this one. These titles, they even made my sister laugh. And no, I cannot read the back of the books for you guys because, as you know, I don't want to spoil myself or spoil you, but I will give updates as I read the books once I get to them. And the third book will be out in March, so that's a book that I'm looking forward to. And it'll be called That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Human. I can't wait to see it. It's just right there. So I can't wait to read that one either. I can't wait to read this whole series. I think this is going to be a favorite series of mine. I think this is going to turn into a comfort read. I think this is a series that I will read the whole series over and over again. Oh, it has extras in the back, and it has meet the author. I can't wait to read this book. This is something I can't wait to read. Can't wait. I done said that a million times. The next thing we have on here is a Beverly Jenkins book, which I do collect her books, and I have read some of her books, and I need to get back into reading her collection because her collection is growing larger than I can contain. I think I have almost every one of her books in these series like this. I love the little bitty books. I know people hate. Oh, and it's got big. It's pretty good size. I know people hate these books, but I love them. I love mass market books. That's my favorite size book, mass market. I don't know why, but it's comforting to me. Then secondly, it would be this. That's my next that I like. And I'm talking about tiny, like, not big gothic books, that are huge, But anyways, my next read will be by Frances Ray, The Way You Love Me. But before I read it, I need to find out if it is part of a series or anything, because I know that she writes a lot of good romantic series, and I am into her writing. And I got this for $1.25, and it is valued at $9.99. So, woohoo! Got it at the Dollar Tree. I love looking at their books. Oh, and so did the Beverly Jenkins. I bet a bunch of y'all don't know who Beverly Johnson is. If you know who Beverly Johnson is, leave a like and leave a message in the bottom. The next thing we have is, this is a little out of my comfort zone, but the book size was in my comfort zone. But I love the picture on it, and it is The Last Debutantes by Georgie Blaylock. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? She's going down there in that beautiful dress, going on those steps. And I think that this is probably told back in like the 20s or the 30s. I bet it'll be about that time frame because of the way that she's dressed. I'm just assuming. I mean, she could be going to a masquerade ball, but due to the hair and the dress and the jewels and the way that this all looks, I think it is something going on in the 20s or 30s. But I can't wait to read it and give it a try. And I'm gonna read it like I love to read, and I'm going to do my best to read something a little out of my comfort zone. That's the author, and I'm going to do the best I can. And when I start reading it, I'll let you guys know if this book is worth it, if it's worth it, but I did pay $1.25, so no big deal, and it's brand new, and I'm gonna try to get to it soon. I'm just such a big mood reader. Now, since I've showed you all the new books that I have gotten for February, I'm going to show you the books that I am in the middle of reading right now. Okay, let's get out this. Okay, I've been promising to read the Fallen series. I'm just a little bit in. I keep getting distracted when I'm trying to read this. Every time I pick it up, something distracts me, and mostly it's my phone. People call me, or I have a doctor's appointment, I have to get up and I have to go, or dialysis. I can't read in dialysis. I've tried, and all it does is put me to sleep, so that doesn't work. The next book that I'm reading is The Other Black Girl. I'm not too far into it. I started watching the show thinking that I could read the book along with the show, but the show, the whole opening of this book versus the opening of the show is totally different. So I opened the book up and I went to where I was, and I waited and waited to see if it was going to come up where I was, and it never manifested itself the way that I would, or the language wasn't written the way it is in the book. So I haven't got back to that, but I haven't finished the show either because I want to see if I can find where it is into the book and read up until that point and catch up. The next book that I am in the middle of reading, which everybody and their mama has been reading or started reading or whatever, I was doing a challenge to see if this story was anything like Gossip Girl, because Gossip Girl was me back in the day. So I'm reading Magnolia Parks. I am annotating it because I did annotate, because I did annotate my Gossip Girl book. And so I'm going to annotate the first book, and I'm going to see if it has anything, if it's anything close to what Gossip Girl is, because Gossip Girl is the shiznit. Okay, the next book that I am in the middle of reading would be for my family book club, and that is Animal Farm. And finally, everybody has gotten the book and they are ready to read. They finally have been reading, so I had to stop myself because I was about halfway done, and this was supposed to be, we were supposed to go over this in January, but everybody didn't have their book till February, so we'll see if March is when we can discuss that as a family. The next book that I am reading is Mahogany. I'm just slowly going through this because, oh my God, the men in this book drive me nuts. And it's like I'll read a chapter and then I'll get to a point where I'm like, I need a break, because he about to make me fight him for her. And I don't even have a bone in my body to fight somebody. But I will for the ones I love. The next book that I am working on is All the Broken Girls, which what made me decide to buy this book. Let me read the sentence. This is what made me decide to read this book. I presented my best journalistic poker face as I paraded through the room in my only pair of red bottom stilettos. I was hooked, and this sentence was the vibe for me, and that's what set this book. And she's a journalist, so as I just read, she's a journalist. I really don't want to tell you more of that, but so far this book is pretty good. I'm just taking my time. It just depends on the mood. And then I have the book that I was reading for Christmas, but it got slow and it got boring. Well, it was slow and it got boring. And then I read a page and then it started kind of picking up. And then I was like, oh goodness. And then I lost the book. It was in one of my bags and I lost the book for about a month. I couldn't figure out which bag I had it in. And then I have these two books that I also got, I got in January, I believe. And I haven't started them, but they are two books that I really want to read. These will be slow reads, slower than what I'm reading now, but I wanted to read Barbie and Ruth by Robin Gerber. So I wanted to read this and see, how Barbie became and how she was able to raise a family. And I saw the word gigolos in here. Okay. And then I have never bought a book from a YouTuber, a TikToker, a self-help guru, a Real Housewives. I've never bought any of those books, but I have bought celebrity books that I like, that are like, I have Mariah Carey's book, and I have Jessica Simpson, and I do want to get Britney Spears, and I do want to, there are so many other ones that I want to get, but I haven't decided on them yet. It's getting a little hot in here. And then, so this one is Girl with No Job, The Crazy Beautiful Life of an Instagram Thirst Monster. And that title was hilarious to me. So I got this book by Claudia, and I'm not even going to try. Oh, Shiri? I don't know. But it interested me when I read the back of it, and I think it's going to be kind of corny or whatever, and I think it'll probably be a 2.5 star for me. I'm just guessing. But it'll be a fun read for me. So 2.5 stars are fun reads for me. 2.5 fun read. This one I really don't know if I'm going to rate, because it is a bibliography or something like that. So I don't know if I'll actually give this a rating. But we'll see. And those are the books that I just happen to be in the middle of until my love, J.R. Ward's book, comes out in April. Why does it take so long? I hate that her books take a year, but it only takes me 5 minutes to read. But as you can see, I have plenty to keep me busy until April. But I don't care what I'm reading when April gets here. It's getting put down. Because I'm going to tear through that J.R. Ward book like I've been tearing through all her series that connect to the Black Dagger Brotherhood. And so I will be signing off. Didn't mean to make this so long, talk too long, but I had to make 2 videos in one because it's easier. But if you don't watch it, it's okay. If you do watch it, yay, love ya. You're the best. Goodbye.